Hi, and welcome to Intervino's School of Wine. I'm Cyrus Chahardeh, and today we're going to be looking at the nose of a wine, the smell of a wine, the aromas, the bouquet. The smell of a wine, the nose, the bouquet, the aromas, whatever you call it, it's a super important part of wine tasting. It's when we use our sense of smell and we call up our olfactive memory. Sadly, the olfactive memory is probably our least use of memories when it comes to our senses. We're amazing with visual memory. You can see the differences between different fruits, or even things that are much more complicated. We remember sounds amazingly well. Using no other sense, you can hear the difference between a car engine and a motorbike. You can spot the sound of a piano and a guitar in a song. Touch we're pretty good at too. You'll be able to tell, even blindfolded, whether you're touching silk, leather, or aluminum foil. Taste we're a bit less good at, and the same is true of smell. This is simply because we're not pushed at using this sense. There are few smells you can spot, maybe because our survival instinct is there and you can spot these well, things like burning toast or gas. But if I ask you, with your eyes closed, to smell the difference between fruit, things become much more complicated. Want to test yourself? Get your partner or a friend to blindfold you, or just close your eyes, then ask them to pick a fruit from your basket, or something from the fridge, or even one of your dried herbs. Ask them to put it right under your nose and try and see if you can find out what it is. Try it. Say with 3 or 5 things, you'll be surprised how difficult it is. If you get 3 or more, congrats, you're good. Now, why is the sense of smell so important in wine? Not only because it's the most poetic and fun part of tasting, you know, that spotting of aromas and finding elderflower or red currant, but because it's used during both the nose, the olfactive part of wine tasting, but also during the actual tasting, the part where you put the wine in the mouth. The palate and your taste buds will pick up the taste, but there are only 3 tastes your taste buds actually pick up. There then are flavors. These are tastes of fruit, or when you think taste of chocolate, they're actually not taste but flavors and are defined by our sense of smell. It's when your nose, instead of smelling outwards, smells inwards and picks up aromas of what you have in your mouth through a process called retroolfaction, which basically means smelling backwards. So, if you really want to enjoy wine, or enjoy wine even more, it's important to develop your sense of smell. To really smell your wine and look at all the different smells, all the different aromas your wine has. Simple commercial wine will just have 1 or 2 aromas, say blackcurrant and blackberry, whereas the better wines will have more. And the great wines, wines with a bit of age, can really have dozens of different aromas that are going to develop in the glass. Some immediately, where others are slowly going to reveal themselves the longer you keep them in the glass. So next time you're enjoying a glass of wine, whether that's drinking a glass of wine or tasting it, make sure you look out for the bouquet, the nose of the wine, and see how many different aromas you can pick up. Is it aromas of fruit, of flowers, or of vegetables? Make sure you look out and see how many aromas you can pick up. Until then, I wish you a wonderful day, and I look forward to seeing you in one of our next videos for the A to Z of wine.